Our next inductee into the Winthrop Athletics Hall of Fame is Kandrick Cooper, and introducing him is his friend Lori Presley. Lori?
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Time is indeed far spent, but we're going to spend some more. It is indeed my honor and privilege to introduce tonight's fifth inductee into Winthrop University's Athletics Hall of Fame, Kandrick Cooper. I met Kandrick in 2005 as a freshman at Winthrop University. He was a sophomore, so he is older than I am. And by happenstance, we became friends. Two different people, two different disciplines. Kandrick was an athlete. I was a part of the Winthrop University Association of Ebonites. Our paths would not have even crossed, but by faith, it just happened so. And since I've known Kandrick has always identified his faith as his main source of strength. I can recall him preparing for track meets, writing scriptures and putting them in his shoes. One comes to mind, I think it was John 12:14, greater works than these shall you do. And I don't think he even realized at that moment he was speaking prophetically over himself, because here we are tonight. I've always believed in his ability. I always believed his hype. One thing about him, he does not boast or brag about himself. So that's why I'm here. So I'm going to talk about what he does, okay? Because he'll never do it. So I'm going to talk about the fact that Kandrick Cooper owns the Winthrop record in the 60-meter hurdles, which he accomplished while capturing the same event at the 2007 Big South Championship. He also still holds the program mark for the 110-meter hurdles, which he set at the 2009 NCAA East Preliminary in 2009, which was also a Big South record. I can go on, so I will. Kandrick Cooper has 13th fastest time for 60-meter hurdles. This was an article published in 2007. I have another one. Kandrick Cooper, one of the top freshman sprinters in the nation. And so I say all of that to say this. It's about time y'all got it right. We've been waiting a long time. So it is about time you got it right. Also, I would be remiss if I did not mention that, because I'm the one that's going to get in the field with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to create the cute little emails, So I reached out to Coach Paxton, and it is so wonderful to see that he is also being honored tonight. He echoed the same sentiments that I had. And I will say this also, God's timing is perfect. I wanted this to happen in 2022. But it is happening in 2026 with purpose. This is a reminder that the sacrifices that you made, the injuries you sustained, the times you were waking up early in the morning, going to track practice, sacrificing what most of us college students were doing, like going to parties and, having a good time. Kandrick was somewhere stealing away, being to himself, working on his craft. And so it is an honor and privilege to see him be honored in this way. And I just know for sure that I can't talk about Kandrick without talking about his parents. He always spoke volumes about them, their sacrifices to have him at Winthrop University. I am from a small town called Hemingway, South Carolina. And Kandrick is from Sanford, South Carolina. About a 20-minute difference. Our paths never crossed until we came to Winthrop University. So I say that to say the time that we spend in college is not by happenstance. The relationships that Kandrick built in college, he still maintains those relationships. We have his teammates here, Sasha, we have Chardell, we have Daryl, we have Coach Schreiner. She's here as well. He has always been an example of faith. And I just want him to know that he that has begun a good work in you, shall perform it. Eyes have not seen, nor ear heard, neither has it entered into the hearts of man the great things. This is just the beginning of the great things that are lying ahead. So stand on your feet and help me celebrate Kandrick Siobhan Cooper.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to come up after that or what I'm going to say after that. But thank you so much. That is my best friend, has been my best friend for about almost 20 years now. And I greatly appreciate him. First, I would like to give thanks unto God because without him, I wouldn't be here today. I do want to, of course, thank my parents. They're here today with me. They've always been with me. At track meets, I could always find my dad with his camera. During that time, we didn't have like the phones that could record. So he always brought his camera and he was recording. And I would always look at those tapes just to improve on my running. And I could always hear my mom in the background, "Go, Kandrick, Kandrick, pick it up, Kandrick. Let's go, Kandrick. He's coming, Kandrick. Run faster, Kandrick." So my mom was always there as well. So I greatly appreciate the support from both of them. And Coach trying to remind me today, they weren't just there for me. They were there for the team. She provided a whole lunch one day for the team. Just to make sure that everyone ate. And that's the kind of parents that I have. They're very caring, very loyal, and I really appreciate them. To my brothers that are here today, my baby brother is here, and my oldest brother, thank you. They've always been supportive. My oldest brother, I can't thank you enough. He's still supporting me. He has actually fulfilled the role of a big brother. He's been there by my side. Through thick and thin, and I really appreciate him for that. My teammate Daryl, I came in with Daryl. Thank you so much for inviting me into your family. There were times when I couldn't make it home, or I didn't have my car my freshman year, and I remember Daryl, mom invited me there to be with them for Easter. And then it just became an every year thing. I didn't even want to go home at that point. I was like, I'm going, Daryl, I'm getting the Easter basket. I'm eating good. I'm going to church service. So Easter was with Daryl. So that is my brother for life. Shardell and Sasha, those are my teammates. Thank you both for being my friend. Thank you both for taking care of me. Always taking care of me. It's a little emotional tonight. It's very emotional. And last but not least, my friend Philip is here. I met him when I moved to Atlanta. And he's been a very loyal friend, and I'm grateful for him. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention like my coaches, Coach Paxton. He learned very early on that I like to eat. So he would bribe me with food. Cooper, if you win the meet today, we're going to Fuddruckers. So that was my motivation to go to win. Coach Bess, he's not here. Coach Bess always baffled me because he was a throwers coach. However, he always gave the best sprinting advice. So he would be at throwers practice, overlooking hurdle practice, and he would be looking at me work out, and then he would come to me and whisper in my ear, "Hey, if you just do this, I think you'll get over the hurdle faster. Hey, if you do," but he always gave the best advice, and even things that Coach Schreiner couldn't break down enough, like he was there, and I would always scratch my head, like, how do you know that when you the throwers coach? And so I'm grateful for him, and of course, Coach Schreiner. I wouldn't be standing here today without you. I greatly appreciate you taking me in. And she has always instilled in me, and I hold on to this day. It's very simple. She would always tell me, figure it out. Like, no matter what it was, if I came to her with an issue, she would give me my practice schedule. I would say, hey, coach, hey, they made my schedule already. I can't make it to 6 a.m. practice. She told me to figure it out. It wasn't, hey, I'm going to change the time, or if you come to this practice, it was figure it out. And I hold that to this day. I tell my team at work, figure it out. Like that is my saying. And you can ask any of them. That is my saying to them. Just figure it out. But thank you, Coach Schreiner. I believe that we were the dynamic duo. No other coach could tell me anything outside of Winthrop University coaches. Like, no, even the best athletes that beat me at every track meet, I was not listening to their coaches, because my coach knew what she was talking about. And from my list of accolades, I could say that she knew what she was doing. And I thank you, Coach Schreiner. So my friends have been asking me, have you written out your Hall of Fame speech? And my answer has been consistent. I'm going to wing it. And so it didn't come to me until this past Sunday. I was in the mirror, and I had just got out of the shower, and I saw that my beard, I've always worn a goatee, and I saw that my goatee, I pulled on it, and a patch of hair came out. And so I was like, okay, this is odd. So I pulled on it again, and more hair came out. And so what I was going to do is I was going to comb over the hair that was still there, and I was just going to hide the patches. However, it came to me, and I asked myself, I said, why are you trying to hold on to something that is dead? Why are you trying to hold on to something that no longer wants to be there? Or why are you trying to hold on to something that no longer serves you purpose? And I got in the mirror, and I just went ahead and shaved it completely off. But I believe that a lot of us, like, we're holding on to things that are no longer serving us purpose. And when I say things, it's things that have been instilled in us, words that have been spoken over us, past failures, and all of that. They play a big role on us. So someone telling you that you're not good enough, someone telling you that you're not strong enough, someone telling you that it's never been done. Sometimes we internalize those things and we never reach our greatest potential. But I ask that each of you will erase all of that from your mind, all of those past hurt, all of those past failures. Anytime you've fallen, I ask that you just forget about those, leave those things behind, and focus on what it is your goals are, so that you can be the best you that you can be. I was reminded today of a fall that I had at one of the biggest meets of my life. It was the East Regionals meet, and I was in lane number 1. I had spoken to my coach before the race, and she said, all right, Kandrick, you are in lane number 1. You get to focus on yourself. It's just you, the hurdles, and the finish line. And so I got through hurdle 1, I got through hurdle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was actually leading the race. And at hurdle number 10, somehow I tripped over the hurdle and I fell to the track. And it was confusing to me because I've tripped over 1,000,008 hurdles. I have all the scars and bruises on my legs to prove it. And I've never fallen. I've always been able to catch my balance. I've always been able to get back up and keep running. But at that time, I completely fell to where I couldn't even get back up. And I fell to the track, and I laid there for a couple minutes because I was hurt. And then I finally gathered myself, and I ran across the line. And when I got to, I walked off the track, and as soon as I walked off the track, my dad was there. And he was there with open arms, and I just fell in my dad's arm, and I just cried. And I cried. And Coach Schreiner came over. She was crying too. And my dad was there, and he was just telling me, hey, it's okay. Hey, it's all right. You did good. I'm still proud of you. And I needed to hear that from my dad, because at that moment I could have given up and I could have said, hey, I came this far and I failed. I'm never going to do this again. But I didn't. I got back up and I continued to race, and I wouldn't be here today if I had quit just then. So as I was stating, don't allow past failures, don't allow past hurt and disappointments to stop you from doing what it is that you are destined to do. Thank you again to Winthrop University. Thank you again to the Hall of Fame committee. Thank you, my coaches, my family, and my support system. I greatly appreciate you. Go Winthrop Eagles.
Ruth, would you